I blame Garand Thumb for the ReCcE conversation. I just do. Honestly, he dropped these cool videos and they were cool. You should check them out. But now the entire industry is talking about ReCcE builds. Whether you like that or not, whether you agree with it or not, it's a conversation. So today, I'm throwing in the pot my own ReCcE build. That's an 18-pound, 16-inch Galil with a PVS 30 on it. Let's dive into it. So guys, the ReCcE part of that conversation is a joke. I wasn't actually going into this video with the determination to talk about ReCcE builds. Maybe we'll get into that in the future. I don't know, but this kind of falls into that category because it's got an LPVO, it's a 16-inch 5.56, so whatever. You take it with a grain of salt, but that's not the point of this video. What I wanted to do for you guys is give you an update to another video that we had done over on our other channel, TA Targets. So first, pause. If you're not following us or subscribed to us over there at TA Targets, please take a second, type in on your little YouTube search bar, TA space Targets, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications and all that good stuff. Because we have a lot of content going on over there that is just like what I've done over here on my Keystone Carry page. We are addressing things in culture. We're talking about training, firearms, modern arms, our rights, and things like that. So if you're into that kind of stuff and you want to see more videos like that, please take a second to jump over there. So on the conversation of the original video of this Galil, what I did was set it up in a very basic way, took it out of the box and did what we call our box to bullseye of the Galil Gen 2. And box to bullseye is a series where we take a gun out of a box, we run it cold on the range for you, and it's a one take. So largely, while there is some B-roll and some fancy stuff thrown in, what those videos are all about is taking you on the journey of what I'm experiencing firsthand with a firearm. And that's what we had done with the Galil Gen 2. Now, when I had it set up like that, I had just simply my little Strike Eagle. It's a 1:6 with just the normal cantilever budget mount from Vortex. And that works okay. I also had an offset red dot on it. But as you can see, that build has changed quite a bit. And there's a few reasons for that. One, I wanted to go with the 1-10 from Vortex. I've wanted to get my hands on that optic for quite some time. And two, we're in the height of predator season here in Pennsylvania. So I knew that I wanted to build this thing out as more of a night vision rig. One of the things I wanted to disclose right off the bat, like I always do, is IWI did send this firearm to me months back. This was a gift, there's no contract, there's nothing like that. We're not getting payment for running this gun. If you don't like the Galil and you hate it or whatever after this video, like it's not for me, that's all good. I'm not trying to sell you on a Galil. Vortex did send the 1-10. This is a loaner. I don't get to keep this optic and the mount as well. So they sent that for this specific video, somewhat so that we could obviously get exposure on this optic. I like helping them out because they help me out. They're good friends of mine, but also so that I could have good input on the 1-10. Do I think it's a perfect optic? No, but I do think it's a solid option, but that's not the point of this video, like I said, but they did send that to me and I think that's important. PVS 30 was purchased by my business partner, so this was paid full price, like you guys will buy it if you end up getting something like this. I will be talking about a UNS SR, and this little guy is like a small version of the PVS 30, and they have different specs and they fill different roles, but this was sent to us as a loaner from our friends over at Night Vision Devices. If you don't know, Night Vision Devices is a company real local to us, and we have partnered up and we offer several of their night vision systems on our website. They build up quality night vision optics. They've got a 10-year warranty. They're one of the powerhouses in the industry that's actually building up night vision devices properly. And that's one of the reasons why we partnered up with them, because we knew that they would offer a quality unit to you guys. So that's enough of that at this point, guys. That's enough of the disclosures. Everything else on this, from the muzzle devices to every other accessory, was purchased by me and nothing else was given. So going front to back on this gun, what I have it set up is for nighttime hunting in Pennsylvania. So we've got a PVS 30 on here right now. PVS-30 is a refurb unit. We purchased this from Night Vision Devices. So you can get these for around $6,000. And if by the end of this video, this is something you guys are interested in, we can connect you with PVS-30s. There's a limited amount of the refurbished units available, so please keep that in mind. If you want one though, they're a solid unit. I love it. Works really, really well when we're running higher magnification. So it's a 10x optic here. You can zoom all the way into 10x, run the PVS-30. The downside of that is oftentimes I need to run supplemental infrared. So one of the things that you're going to see on the side of both sides of this gun, on this side I've got a D-ball A3, and on the other side of the rifle here, I have another Picatinny rail section. So on this side of the gun, what I end up typically doing is running some sort of infrared illuminator. The reason why is the PVS-30 is fantastic as far as its performance. You can run a really nice optic on the front here. Your daytime optic, all your zeros and stuff hold true. The problem is if the conditions are less than ideal and you don't have a lot of moon or starlight or ambient light, you end up running supplemental IR. The D-ball A3 is great for close range stuff, but at the end of the day, it's just not enough with the infrared illuminator to be able to shoot out to 200 or 300 yards like this PVS-30 is capable. My business partner Ethan also shoots up to 400 and 500 yards with this PVS-30 at night in darkness. So it's a super capable unit. When I started out this build, my initial thought was that I would run the UNS SR. You can see just by how I'm holding this in my hands that the UNS SR is tiny. And this is actually a new unit. So Night Vision Devices has a bunch of these on hand, and we have access to both of these units as well. Both of these are green units. They're not white phosphor. They are a bit older design. There are newer designs out there that are also double the price. So at the time of making this video, this PVS-30 was landing around $6,000 and the UNS SR was also landing around $6,000. And the beauty of the UNS SR and why it appealed to me when I was initially building out the Galil was the fact that this thing weighs about 1.2 pounds. So with this whole setup in the UNS SR, we're looking at a 15-pound rifle with a 20-round mag. So it's manageable, still extremely heavy, but very manageable. When we jump up to the PVS-30, this rifle weighs almost 18 pounds. So it becomes extremely, extremely heavy. When you're walking or moving, this is an extremely heavy setup. And that's also why on the bottom here, you'll see an Arca Swiss pad, and that is for locking into my Vortex tripod. Because at the end of the day, I'm not a super strong upper body guy. So if I'm trying to hold this rifle out for any amount of time, it's extremely taxing. It's just not practical. It's also why I have a bipod on here, because oftentimes if I'm shooting at night, I'm either laying prone or shooting off of the tripod. So kind of capping out the conversation about the night vision units that I'm running, the reason I switched away from the UNSSR is because I'm using a higher magnification, and realistically the UNSSR was advertised for running things like ACOGs, something in a 4x to 8x maximum magnification. And you can tell when you start zooming in really far on the UNSSR, it just doesn't have the clarity of the PVS-30. So if I were to rate this particular night vision optic, I would say this is a 100 to 150 yard maximum realistic use with a clip-on night vision unit. But at the end of the day, it's small enough you can throw it in your backpack, clip it on any standard AR-15. So I think it's a viable option for some people. But if you're out predator hunting like us, where you could be taking hundreds of yard shots way out in the distance at a creature that's literally this big, the PVS-30 is a better option as far as the precision goes. The sacrifice you're making is the weight. When you look at the rest of the gun is completely stock. I didn't change any internals, didn't change a trigger, didn't change anything else at this point. I do plan to spray paint this at some point. So when we're talking about changes to the gun, there's a couple that I'm gonna make. One, I'm probably gonna ditch the D-ball A3 on the side because, as I said, the laser's fine, the illuminator's very weak on the D-ball A3. I'm probably gonna either run a Well-Tool LH2 head or something like a Key-G and put those on a button. Or what I might do is actually get the D-ball D2 laser infrared illuminator combo and put that on the side. I really don't like mounting lasers on the side like this. I would prefer they be on top of the gun. But at the end of the day, as you can see, my rail space is completely used with the PVS-30. If I was running the UNSSR, I could have it here, and I did actually run the D-ball A3 up front for a period of time, but again, my needs have changed and I've changed the build as far as that is concerned. So as far as upcoming changes, really this is the end of the build, I think. I may change some stuff here and there that are minor, maybe switch around where my sling mounts are and things like that. But at the end of the day, I think this is an extremely capable build. I think it does exactly what I need it to do. And if I'm done shooting at night and I want to move along, I can just pop the PVS 30 off, and now I've got my daytime gun back. We can pop the D-ball D3, D-ball A3, not D3. See, I combined D-ball D2 and D-ball A3 together. I can pop the D-ball A3 off the unit as well, switch that to another gun that I want to have for nighttime games, and then I have a very capable daytime rifle. So overall, is the Galil my favorite platform? It's probably not my favorite platform. I think it's got some unique features and traits over an AR-15. It does have a sacrifice of weight. We are talking about a much heavier platform. But as far as accuracy is concerned, this thing is a tack driver. I've shot foxes with it. We can shoot out 200-300 yards, stack rounds very easily. And the load that I'm using in this particular rifle is a 55 grain soft point hand load. This does extremely well. The accuracy's there. It's a high performance rifle. So guys, really that's it for the update for the Galil. I don't really have much else to talk about at this point. It's a solid build. I'm super excited about it. I've really enjoyed running it. If you found this video helpful, even if it's not a Galil, if it's helped you kind of figure out whether or not getting a PVS 30 makes a lot of sense, whether or not getting a UNSSR makes a lot of sense, maybe none of them make sense, maybe you want to run a weapon mounted thermal, and if you do, check out our page again, TA Targets. We've got tons of content for you over there. But at the end of the day, this is just a capable build. I'm very happy with it. It's very accurate, very potent, great for pests, great for accuracy, and it's a build that I'm honestly just proud to have in the armory, and I plan to shoot in our content a lot more. Do me a favor before you guys bounce. If you're into night vision and you're looking for night vision, hit the link in the description and check out the stuff that we have on our website, tatargets.com. While you're there, shop our steel targets. If you're buying some steel targets, use code KeystoneCarry at checkout. You're going to save some money. Unfortunately, that code is not going to work on optics. You can try, but it's just not going to work. We don't have any discounts on the optics, but on steel targets, you can save some money. And that's a great way to support everything that we're doing here at TA Targets and my channel here. Appreciate you guys. Stay well, stay safe. See you in the next one.